Hey losers, I'm Laurel. You can probably hear the gardener next door. Sorry. Welcome to my channel. I read things that are dark, disturbing, strange, weird, uncomfortable. So if you're into all that, welcome to the party. Today I am here with my TBR for August. So I've got a couple things here, and then I'm also going to do my cart draw and my TBR draw. But once I picked for myself, first, a story of possession. All these subtle deceits by C.S. Humble. I really don't know anything except for that. It is a possession novel. So it's a possession novel. This edition has excellent artwork. I love it. Then The Day of the Door by Laurel Hightower. I meant to read this last month and I didn't, but gotta read it this month. So this is about 4 siblings who didn't have a great childhood. One night, their oldest sibling, Sean, is dragged into a room and the door is like slammed closed. I'm assuming that's where the title, The Day of the Door, came from. Is like the day their brother got pulled into this room and they never saw him again. They all blame their mother, Stella. I don't know why, but at this point, Stella's like, I didn't do it. And she invites a paranormal investigation team back some years later to the house, and also invites the other siblings to kind of like, you know, prove her innocence and to tell everyone what really happened. I haven't read this, obviously, but I'm a big fan of Laurel Hightower's other work, and this is a great book cover. Next on my list, The Crimson Labyrinth by Yusuke Kishi. I have been wanting to read this for quite some time. I've been looking for a used copy for probably like, I don't know, can I say 10 years? I feel like it's been that long. When was this book published? 2006. Yeah, so I could have definitely been looking for a used copy for 10 years and I was not able to find one. So eventually, just I don't know, a couple months ago maybe, I finally just bought a new copy of it because I want to read it really bad. This is about a man who wakes up in the middle of this labyrinth and he doesn't know how he got there or how to get out. He finds another person, a woman, who's also there, and yeah, they have to get out. Their lives are at stake. Will they be able to get out of the Mars Labyrinth, it's called? There is no reset button, no saving, and no continue. Make the wrong move and it's really game over. So yes, I'm excited about this one. I hear it's kind of a trip. Then a book that was one of my 5-star predictions for this year, Bitten by Pamela Nagami, who is a medical doctor. This is true medical stories of bites and stings, and I don't know, I just like stuff like that, so I would like to read it. Hopefully it's a good one. I have another one of her books too. Wouldn't it be weird if I put that off my TBR cart this month? I'm also hoping to finally get to Empire of the Damned by Kristoff. This is the second book, the sequel to Empire of the Vampire, which I really, really loved, and this will pick up where that left off. Although I'm wondering, do I need to reread that? I hope not. I hope I don't need to. I'm thinking about it. Actually, you know what? You know what I did was, when I read Empire of the Vampire, I had this idea of doing videos, like full spoiler videos, going through what happened in a book so that when the sequel comes out years later, you could just watch that video and be up to date on it. So I filmed that video and I trashed it years ago after I read that book. I did film the video and I was like, oh, this is just so monotonous. But I think I still have all my notes from it, so I'll just read over those. And then I'll be ready to read Empire of the Damned. So anyway, this is about a vampire. Gabriel, I don't know, what even happened in the first book? Some shit. I don't know. It's like his backstory, right? And then something explosive happened at the end. And so now I believe we're doing less of his backstory in this and more of his front story. I don't know, but I am excited to read that. Okay, Then I'm also gonna try to read this chunky boy. This is The Will of the Many by James Islington. I was sent this by the publisher Saga Press, so thank you again, Saga. At the elite Katanan Academy, a young fugitive uncovers layered mysteries and world-changing secrets in this new fantasy series by internationally best-selling author of the Lycanius trilogy, James Islington. So yes, this is about a military academy. Someone crashes it, of course, pretending to be someone that they're not. In reality, they've been sent there to solve a murder, to search for an ancient weapon, to uncover secrets that might tear the Republic apart. Yeah, I wanted to read this, so now I'm gonna. Let me go grab my TBR jar because that is actually not in here with me. This is not all my stars because I recently went through and picked out all the old ones. After my big on haul, I had so many books in there that I did not own or books that I had read already. So I haven't folded all of them back up yet, but much more than half. Just maybe like a fifth of them that aren't in here anymore. Okay, so green. Horror. It's very tedious folding these stars up, let me tell you. Oh, okay. Library at Mount Char by, I think, Scott Hawkins. Let me go grab it. I've had this book for a really long time. I think I got this for free. I don't know. I can't remember if it was from the publisher or like an intermediary, you know, by the publisher or something like that. But okay. Let me read what the synopsis says. Carolyn knows she's a little bit odd, but she figures it's only natural when she spent her life locked away in an infinite library, forced to study at the feet of the man who might be God. She's seen her share of terrible things in those years and even died a few times herself. Steve tries hard to be an ordinary guy, and he's been doing a pretty good job at it until Carolyn shows up in his life with a tempting offer, a pair of rubber galoshes and exactly $327,000. Soon, he finds himself swept up in a war waged on a scale he can barely comprehend as powerful forces battle for control of the library and the universe itself. I really don't know what to expect. I've heard it's good. Boy, this is going to be an intimidating stack of books all of a sudden. Now I'm going to do my TBR cart pick. So I've got these, I've got a dice, I've got these written down, but like I've got so many on my cart that it's more than one page. So the first roll determines what page I'm picking from, and then the second roll determines the book. So first, page 7, which is the first page. I feel like we never pick anything off the first page. Okay, what's next? Book 19. The Kaiju Preservation Society. You know what's crazy? Number 20 is the other book that Pamela Nagami wrote, that nonfiction one that I was telling you about. Wouldn't it be crazy? This is a book by John Scalzi. It says, when COVID-19 sweeps through New York City, Jamie Gray is stuck as a dead-end driver for a food delivery app. That is, until Jamie makes a delivery to an old acquaintance, Tom, who works at what he calls an animal rights organization. Tom's team needs a last-minute grunt to handle things on their next field visit. Jamie, eager to do anything, immediately signs on. What Tom doesn't tell Jamie is that the animals his team cares for aren't here on Earth, not our Earth at least. In an alternate dimension, massive dinosaur-like creatures named Kaiju roam a warm and human-free world. They're the universe's largest and most dangerous pandas, and yet they're more vulnerable than you might think. It's not just the Kaiju Preservation Society that's found its way to the alternate world, others have too, and their carelessness could bring catastrophe to both versions of Earth. So yeah, I really enjoy Kaiju movies, so when this came out, I don't know, like 2 years ago maybe, I knew I needed to have it. I've never read anything written by John Scalzi before, so I think this will be a treat. It sounds like it's gonna be kind of fun and kooky. All right, Jesus Christ. Will I be able to read all these? I hope. Okay, well, that's what I'm reading for this month. So as always, let me know if you've read any of these. what you thought about them, spoiler free of course, and let me know what you're excited to pick up this month, if you've got anything like planned. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.